All right, good morning and welcome to this Active Flow and Breathwork class. My name is Brian and I am delighted to be with you here today during our Veterans Gratitude Week for this Active Flow and Breathwork class. Today's class will be an exploration of some movements of the spine. We'll move the spine in several different directions and then we'll come onto our mat and or come standing on our mat and do a series of standing sequences to open the hips and the body. Finishing with a twist and some guided rest. We'll be here about 50 minutes today, give or take. As always, remember that our first guiding principle, which is support precedes action, is always in play. So what that means is have your supports available to you: blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, maybe a chair, tissues, clear your passageways. Whatever you need to support yourself in your practice, have that available. And then utilize those supports as you move through the practice. Secondly, remember that it is your practice. So I will offer and invite and suggest that you engage in some things from over here, but they are just that, offers and suggestions and invitations only. The only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. Everything else is optional. So treat it that way. Utilize your supports to treat the optional movements that you do in a way that makes sense for you. Modify any posture at any time. Take any alternate posture at any time. Come out of any posture at any time. Stop and reconnect with your breath at any time. Sit still and be kind and calm with yourself at any time. Whatever you need to do to be in your practice, just be in your practice. All right, let us remember. We'll start as always. We'll ground into our supports. We'll come into the present moment with our breath. We'll raise a little gratitude and we'll set our intention. And then we'll get to moving. So find a supported posture, whatever that looks like for you, whatever that means for you, whatever shape that takes for you. Take a moment to bring yourself into that. And feel into the supports of that posture by finding the physical connection, the physical sensation of connection of whatever part of your body is in contact with something. So maybe your feet are flat on the floor, maybe the sides of your knees and your sits bones are rooted into your chair, maybe you're on a wall, whatever it is that's touching, feel that connection and that sensation of connection as support. And then imagine you could root into those supports, holding yourself firmly while you lengthen your spine. Elongate and align the spine so that you can feel the full length of the spine. And as you bring the spine, elongate and align, experiment with tucking the chin and nodding the head. Feel that release at the back of the neck, and then feel the full length of the spine from the base to the crown. Then holding your spine elongated and aligned, I invite you to come into the present moment by coming into your body. And we come into the body by coming into the breath. Turn your awareness to your breathing and begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils, following your inhale into your body wherever it may go, without judgment, without stress, without exertion. Follow your exhale all the way out of your body, emptying completely, letting go completely, releasing all that is no longer needed. And then hold your awareness right there and notice how the next inhale will arrive just as it is needed, and follow that inhale in and that exhale out. And as we turn the full focus of our awareness to our breathing, we allow everything else to slip away. All the busyness of the day, allowing yourself to just be present for a moment. And having established ourselves here, I'll invite you on your next inhale, if you choose, to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space, and to allow to arise in your heart space gratitude. Any one thing for which you are grateful this morning. And maybe for you today, it's just the possibility of gratitude. And whatever it is that arises when gratitude is called forth, I invite you to anchor that gratitude there in your heart space and to keep it there for the duration of your practice this morning, at minimum. Maybe you can hold your gratitude all day, but at minimum, just see if you can hold your gratitude in your heart space for the duration of this practice. And then finally, if you choose this morning, I'll invite you to set an intention for your practice today, perhaps a simple intention to just be right there with each inhale. or to just keep your gratitude anchored in your heart space. And whatever your intention is, I invite you now to state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice as if it is already done. And then as you're listening for the echoes of your intention, I'll invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose to, allow your chin to drop towards your grateful and intentional heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention. As I say, Namo, Namaste. And release the hands, lift the chin, switch to cross or come seated if you like. Find a supported seat. We're going to begin with our movement of the spine here from a seated posture. So we're going to start with a very simple movement, just moving on the inhale, bringing your torso out and around. On the exhale, taking your torso back. So just circling the torso against the fixed hips. Either direction, doesn't matter. We're going to go the other way in a moment. So just inhaling forward and exhaling back. Very simple movement here, very gentle movement here. We're just going to gently begin to wake up the body by waking up the spine. And so just breathe and begin to find how to align the breath with the movement in this simple practice. So inhale forward, exhale back. And then maybe your circles get a little wider, maybe they get a little narrower, or just find the place where you can just calmly circle the torso. And then head in the opposite direction. Still inhaling forward, exhaling back, but circling in the opposite direction. Now, and noticing the difference. So the organs of the body are not fully symmetrical the way that they're aligned in the body. So we will notice differences from one side to the other because of that. And that's as it should be. And so just notice. No need to do anything other than be present and breathe. Couple more here. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, settle in. Cleansing breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. Our next movement is a very simple seated cat posture. So we're going to bring the hands to the shins. I'm going to inhale, the lower spine, the lumbar spine will arch forward. The chest will come forward a little bit and up. Maybe the crown will lift a little bit. So arching the spine a little bit. It's just a subtle little movement. And then on the exhale, we'll round the spine, drop the chin toward the chest, press the hip and pelvic bowl back. And then inhale, rock forward on the pelvic bowl, arch the lower spine. Now try not to bob the head up and down. That's not the movement here. It's the torso that's moving here. So the chin will stay in reference to the sternum as you're doing this simple movement. So gentle arch and round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Find your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. And again, just gentle movements early in the practice. We're just waking up the body, waking up the spine. And you'll find the rhythm of your breath that works for you in your body, in your practice. Now, if you like, take your hands out toward your knees, which will free a little bit of more space, perhaps, so that you can feel the movement up into the middle part of the spine, the thoracic spine, and just feeling that movement, inhaling forward, exhaling, arching and rounding. Spinal flexion here, just waking up the spine. And then inhale up. And as you inhale, gently retain this breath and engage the root lock. Lift gently at the base of the spine at the pelvic bowl. Tuck the chin towards the sternum and relax the shoulders. Let everything come to the center of your being. Very gentle. And when you're ready, release the locks and then release the breath. Take a cleansing breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Our next movement is going to be lateral stretching. So we're going to bring the hands to the opposite shoulders, crossing the forearms lightly. And if you like, you can give yourself a little hug if that feels a little more supported for you. We're just resting the hands here. And we're simply going to exhale to one side, to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right side. Inhale back to center. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Moving at your rhythm, finding your pace. And again, just a gentle, subtle movement. No need to overdo anything. No exertion required here. Can we be calm and steady and focused on our breath and moving within our own body? And we're just feeling a little lateral movement from side to side. If you go to the point where your hip or sits bone lifts off of your seat, you've gone too far. The movement is lateral stretch of the side body, not a lifting of the hips. And again, the head is neutral, so we're not banging the head over one side and then the other. The head is neutral and just moving the top of the spine, resting atop the spine. A few more here. Inhale to center. And again, gently retain this breath while engaging the root lock, lifting at the base of the spine, the pelvic bowl, tucking the chin, relaxing the shoulders, bringing everything to the center of your being. Very still. Allow everything to settle in. And when you are ready, release the locks, release the breath, release the arms. Take a cleansing breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Now we're going to twist the spine. So take your arms out, fold at the elbows, bring the four fingers in front of your shoulder and hook your thumb behind. Find your length. And then it's a very simple movement here, keeping everything neutral. We'll simply twist to the left on the inhale and twist to the right on the exhale. Very gentle twist here. We're not trying to overdo anything again. We're just waking up and introducing movement to the spine, get the cerebrospinal fluid flowing, allowing ourselves to just become awakened here in this morning practice. So breathing in left, out right, your rhythm, your pace, your breath, and your practice. Feeling everything maybe loosening up a little bit. Maybe you begin to feel a little bit of energetic flow through your torso. Maybe not. Maybe just feel what you feel. Be in your own experience here. Inhale back to center. And again, gently lift the pelvic bowl, base of the body, tuck the chin. And the shoulders can relax even though they're engaged so that everything comes to the center of your being. Just be still here. And as you are ready, release your locks, release the breath, release the hands down. Take a cleansing breath. Sigh it out, let it go. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Bring the hands to the top of the thighs, maybe up even into the hip girdle, depending upon your arm length. We're simply going to inhale and lift the shoulders toward the ears. Now be mindful here not to scrunch the back of the neck. We're simply lifting the shoulders, and then exhale, release the shoulders down. So find your rhythm and pace and move within your own body here, gently nudging the scapula up and down the spinal column. Scapula are the shoulder blades, those pointy bones in the back, and just breathing here, just being in your breath. Again, simple movement, aligning breath with movement. At your own pace that works for you. The neck is very gentle and relaxed. The movement is in the shoulders. Mm. Mm. And inhale up. Gently retain this breath while lifting at the base of the spine, the pelvic bowl. Tucking the chin slightly, allowing everything to be centered in the being. Now the shoulders are up, so it's difficult to relax them here, but you want to feel as if you're relaxing them so that everything can be centered. And as you're ready, release your locks, release the breath. The arms come to the knees and take a cleansing breath. Sigh it out and allow the chin to drop gently to the chest. Now, if you have neck issues, just simply do gentle side to side, no tension, no stress. Otherwise, you're just going to do gentle neck rolls. So inhale, left ear, left shoulder, chin to the ceiling. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder, chin to the chest. Do a couple of those in each direction at your own pace, very gentle. The neck is the narrowest part of the body. Everything that comes through that spinal column narrows there, very constricted space. So you want to be very gentle with that constricted space. Just tease a little energy in there. Maybe one more in this direction. And then reverse. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder, chin to the ceiling. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder, chin to chest. Continue that direction. Just gentle neck rolls. Couple more. And as you complete this next one, lift the chin. Take a cleansing breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhale. A complete exhale. And as you're ready, make your way to your mat, standing at the top of your mat. Come into some movement. And we're going to move through a series of movements from the standing posture. So today's practice will ultimately be no weight bearing on the hands and or arms and wrists. So take a moment to just settle into this. Maybe shake out your legs a little bit. Maybe you have a little tension in your hips from being seated for a few minutes. Then find your feet underneath your hips. And a lot of us think our hips are wider than they are, so find that pointy bone or the hip girdle where the connection of the femur to the hip girdle occurs, and then bring your feet in alignment underneath that. Check the outside edges of your feet aligned with the outside edges of your mat. Pick up your toes if you can or like to, maybe, and then feel that balance between the inside and outside of the ball of the foot, the inside and outside of the heel of the foot. And then as you're balanced there, then go ahead and press the toes back down to give you additional support. This is your support. Find your supports and root in. Soften the ankles and knees. Firm the hips and waist. Lengthen out of the spine and the crown. Roll the shoulders up and down. And then let the shoulders be in their natural posture as the palms rotate slightly forward. Think about moving your hips 1 to 2 inches toward the top of your mat, so you feel that alignment through the hips. Imagine you're pulling your inner heels toward each other, and you may feel a little engagement through the inside part of the leg, up through the calf and into the thigh and into the hip girdle. And then feel that length as you lengthen through the crown. See if you can move the shoulders so that you feel that length up through the side body and the outside part of the leg. And then check in with your gratitude and your intention. This is your mountain posture. This is you standing on your own 2 feet, having your own back, fully authentic, fully autonomous, fully engaged here. Let's do some simple movement first. On the inhale, take the arms high. Maybe roll the eyes up, but don't nod the head back. Don't scrunch the back of the neck. Maybe just roll the eyes up a little bit, and then take your thumbs towards the wall behind you so that your biceps frame the ears and your hands are out of your peripheral vision. Full inhales, get long. As you exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the chest. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward, releasing the forehead toward the shins, the crown of the head toward the mat, the hands towards the feet. Now, great place here for your blocks. First forward fold. Maybe the hamstrings are a little short this morning. Maybe just place your hands on your knees or your shins or even your ankles if you need to, or finding your support here to release the head. So tension in the back of the neck for a lot of us. So gently nod your head. Yes, Brian, my neck is released. Bring your forehead toward your shins. Lift the hips up toward the ceiling. Rock the weight back a little bit into your heels to feel the length in the back of the legs. Because the torso is hanging forward, we tend to lean forward, right? The weight is in front of the legs. So maybe a brace on opposite elbow with each hand. And you're breathing here. Full inhales and complete exhales. Maybe you move the bracing behind your legs, provide a little bit more support. Maybe not. Just be in your forward fold. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. If you're holding your elbows, release the hands. Bring the palms to the shins. On your inhale, straighten the arms. Lift the torso parallel to the mat. Flat back. Breathe into the back of the heart. Full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Press the hips toward the wall behind you, the crown toward the wall in front of you. Take a full inhale. Keeping that length, exhale, release the hands, release the head. Bring the foot toward the shins. Bend the knees as you inhale. Begin to slowly press through the feet and roll the torso upright, one vertebra at a time. Torso comes upright, the shoulders roll up and down, the crown lifts, and then the arms go high on the inhale. And on the exhale, we bring the hands to prayer at the chest. Take a breath here to reestablish ourselves, check our gratitude and our intention. And then inhale, we take the arms high. Exhale, we hinge and fold. Inhale, bracing on the shins if we like. We inhale, flat back. Exhale, we fold, releasing. Inhale, we root and rise, gathering as we go, all the way through Tall Mountain. Exhale, release the hands to prayer. Take a breath here, full inhale. Complete exhale. One more time, inhale the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise. Exhale, release the hands to prayer at the chest. Take a breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. Now, hands can stay at prayer, or you can bring your hands to your hips, but that provides a little more support. You're going to lift your right heel. And then you're going to pick up your right foot and step your right foot back on your mat, dropping the right heel down and in, the right toes at an angle off your mat. Now notice as you do that, your torso tends to rotate to the right. So let's make some micro adjustments to ensure that our torso remains towards the top of the mat. And then inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, bend the left knee. And bring that the back of the left thigh in the direction of the mat. So this is our preparation for our warrior posture. So we're kind of in a supported warrior here. Find your balance in your feet. And then inhale, take your arms high. Roll the eyes up again. And then move your hands slightly toward the wall behind you. Maybe you can interlace your fingers and steeple them. Maybe you press your palms. Maybe your hands don't touch. Doesn't matter. Breathe in here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, drop your arms to shoulder height, rotate your torso to the right, and look down over your left middle finger down. Take a moment here to feel into this posture. Maybe feel a little deeper grounding. You should bring the arms down to help support the press into the feet. Warrior 2, breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Flip the left palm on your inhale. Rotate your torso, allowing the right arm to drop down. The left arm goes high. Look up and see your left palm. Breathe in. Revolved warrior. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. As you exhale, bring the hands back to shoulder height. Come back into your warrior 2. As you inhale, rotate the right arm and the torso. Come to the front of the mat. Warrior 1. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer or to the waist or to the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen through the crown and lean your torso forward over that left thigh, bringing it almost parallel with the mat. As you begin to lean forward, you'll notice the right heel begins to lift. So rotate to the ball of the right foot. Now, great place for your blocks. If you want for additional support, you can stay on your thigh if you like, or reach down for your block or for the floor. And as you lengthen through the crown, that right heel might lift. Bring the right heel level with the hips and even with the crown. Straighten the left leg. This is your warrior three, supported. And if you like, you can pick up your arms back along your hips or out along your ears, depending on what's right for you. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathe in. As you breathe out, gently bring your right ball, your foot back to the mat, the right heel back to the mat, the hands back to the right knee. Straighten the arms. Then bring your hands to your waist. Straighten the left leg. Rotate your toes. Turn your left toes off the long side of your mat. Turn your right toes to what used to be the bottom of your mat. Check your torso is aligned to the bottom of your mat, or now the top if you want to count it that way. And then once you've established yourself here, bend into that right knee. Preparing for our warrior on this side. Make any micro adjustments you need in order to be balanced in your feet. And then bring your hands up on the inhale. Find your arm position, maybe different on this side. Roll the eyes up, take the hands back to the wall behind you, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale. A full inhalation. As you exhale, drop the arms to shoulder height, rotate the torso slightly, and look down over that right middle finger. Engage your core to support your lower back. Feel yourself strong and steady in your warrior two. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, flip your right palm, rotate your torso, left arm drops, right arm goes high, look up into your right palm. Make your offering in revolved or peaceful warrior. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. As you exhale, bring the arms back to shoulder height. On your inhale, rotate the left arm and the torso. Come back into your warrior one. On your exhale, bring your hands to prayer or to the waist or to the right thigh. And hinge the torso forward over the right leg. Lengthen through the crown. Press the weight down into that right foot. Begin to move the torso forward, and you're lifting that left heel. Again, engage with your blocks or your supports as you lift the left heel, level with the hips, level with the crown. Supported warrior three, straighten the right leg. Steady and sure here. If you like, you can lift one or both arms back along the hips or out in front of the biceps frame the ears, and the arms go forward. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. As you exhale, gently bring the ball, the left foot back to the mat. Hands back to the knee, left heel drops. Straighten the arms, lift the torso. Inhale. Back to warrior one. Exhale. Release the hands to prayer or to the waist. Straighten the right leg and rotate the toes again. Now, back to our original position. Left toes off the top of the mat. Right toes off the heel. All right. Moving to our side angle. Actually, let's do the triangle first. So the left leg remains straight, but not locked. So keep a micro bend in that left knee. Align the torso, centered in forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, just hinge the torso forward over that left leg. Now, hands drop to the thigh, to the shin, to the ankle. Actually, take your right hand to your right hip. Left hand drops to the thigh, the ankle, the shin, block, hint, maybe the mat. And just lengthen out to the crown. Stay here in your supported triangle. If you like, as you inhale, lengthen through the crown. As you exhale, rotate your torso to the right. Maybe take the right arm high. Coming into your triangle. Maybe look up and see your right thumb. Maybe not. Breathing. Imagine there's a wall behind your head, your hips, your shoulders, back of your right hand. All of that is just aligned with that wall, an invisible wall, as you're breathing into this posture. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Breathe in. As you breathe out, maybe bring your right hand back to your hip, rotate your torso back down. Now, strong core here. Inhale, come up. Bring the hands back to the hip. Rotate your feet so that the left foot turns in and the right foot turns what was the bottom of your mat. Make your micro adjustments to balance your weight between your feet. Arrange the torso forward over that right leg. Inhale, get long. And exhale, hinge forward over the right leg. Left hand to the hip, right hand to the thigh, to the shin, to the ankle, to a block, hint, hint, to a mat. And extend on your inhale. On your exhale, maybe you rotate the torso to the left. Maybe you take the left arm high. Breathing here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Breathe in. Find that imaginary wall. Find your alignment. Keep extending through the crown. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale. Find your inhale. On your exhale, bring your left hand back to your hip. Rotate your torso down. On the inhale, bring yourself up. Strong core, hands to the hips, and rotate the feet back to the front of the mat. Moving into our side angle here. So find your balance here, weight balance between your feet. Go ahead and bend into that left knee as you bring the torso upright. Now, take your left hand, extend it, and then fold the arms so it's across the front of your chest. Inhale here. As you exhale, hinge forward. And then for a moment, just for a moment, bring the left elbow and forearm to the top of the left knee. Find that support as you lengthen through the crown and drop the hip. So you got that long line of energy up the right side of the body. Now, keeping your right hand on your hip, and slide that left elbow inside that left knee so that it's not resting. You're not leaning into the elbow. Find your block or your mat, supported. There you are. Inhale here. Maybe rotate the torso to the right. Maybe take the right arm high. Maybe bring the right hand over the head so that the bicep frames the ear. This is your side angle. Dropping the hip in. See that long line of energy from the crown of the head to the outside of the right foot. Breathing in. Breathing out. A full inhale. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Strong core here on the inhale. Come up into your warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Bring the hands to the waist and rotate your feet. Check your alignment, check your balance, and then check your torso. Now, take your right arm and extend it. Oh, wait, before we do that, let's bend into that right knee and establish ourselves in our posture first. Having established that, now we'll extend the right arm and then bend it at the elbow so not, forearm is across the body. Hinge forward over the right leg for a moment. Rest the right forearm atop the right knee. Drop the hips in. Find your balance by pressing back into that left foot. And then slide that right elbow inside the right knee. Find your block or your mat. Inhale here and find your posture. This is your supported side angle. If you like, rotate the torso. Take the left arm toward the ceiling or over the head, bicep by the ear. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Strong core here. Inhale, come up, come up, come up. Warrior two. Straighten the right leg. Bring the hands to the hips. Rotate the torso. And then step the right foot forward to join the left. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise, gathering as you go. Exhale, release the hands. Take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Gently bring yourself down onto your back, on your mat. And bring your knees in toward your chest. Reach up and squeeze the knees. Rock a little side to side, maybe rotate the hips in each direction once or twice. Just finding a little freedom from any tension that might be in those mid-level organs there. And then bring your feet to the mat. Your heels toward your hips, your knees toward the ceiling. Take your take your right leg, rise up, press your right heel toward the ceiling, flex the toes of the right foot back toward your face, reach up and grab behind your right leg, bring the knee toward the face a little bit, and then cross the right thigh tightly atop the left, dropping that right foot outside the calf. Take your arms out from your shoulders, 90 degrees, inhale here, exhale, let both knees drop to the left, as you look over your right shoulder to release the neck. Now the right shoulder stays down, so where your right shoulder begins to come off the mat, that's your edge. Back off from there. We're not trying to get anywhere. We're just simple twist here, allowing the weight of the legs and gravity to do the work. Breathing into this twist, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On your inhale, bring the legs back to center, the head back to center. Take the right leg high, flex the toes, and then drop the right foot long. Take the left foot out to join it. Note the difference between the two hips. And then on your next inhale, bring the heels toward the hips, the knees toward the ceiling. Take the left leg, raise it high, press the left heel toward the ceiling, flex the left toes back toward the face, reach up and grab behind the left leg, bring the knee toward you a little bit, and then cross the left thigh tightly atop the right, dropping the left foot outside the right calf. Arms out. Inhale here, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, let the knees drop over to the right as you look over the left shoulder, breathing into this twist. And again, no pressure here, no efforting here. Just allow the legs to fall over as you breathe in. And breathe out. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. All right. On your inhale, bring the knees and head back to neutral. Take the left leg high, flex the toes, take the leg long, let the right leg join it. All right. Now bring the knees in toward the chest. Reach up and grab just below the knees, and then bring your forehead toward your knees. All right, we got time for one. Yeah, we got to do a little bit of breath here. So you're going to make a nice tight little ball here to the extent that you can. So hands at the knees or at the shins or maybe at the bottom of the feet, and nose comes up toward the knees. And then you're going to engage when you're, no stress here. Just find a place where you can bring yourself into this curl little ball. We're going to engage here with the breath of fire for 1 minute. So take a cleansing breath, full inhale, side out, inhale to prepare, and begin. Now, if you're pregnant or on your menstrual cycle, please don't pump the diaphragm. Just do long, deep yogic breath. Otherwise, we're engaging the diaphragm down and back on the exhale, out and up on the inhale. Calm, steady, focused on the breath, and moving within our own body. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Last dynamic movement, so just be with it. Take a full inhale here. Squeeze, tight little ball, squeeze, squeeze all of your effort, all of your energy, all of your practice into your being at the center. Compress and release. Let the legs go long. Let the toes fall open. Let the heels move as wide as is comfortable for you on your mat. Bring your hands by your hips, palms up. Lengthen through the crown, soften that spot at the back of the skull, and then bring your lower spine on the mat and then release. Now, as you're releasing into this final posture for today, our resting posture, take a moment to provide yourself with any additional supports that you may want in this final posture. So maybe you have an eye cloth, maybe you have a blanket or a shawl, maybe you have a bolster. Anything that will provide you perhaps 1% more support, go ahead and avail yourself of that. And then settle in and let go. Release. Allow everything to settle. Allow yourself to be. Release any shaping of the breath, any shaping of the body, any shaping of the mind. Just let go completely. Let go. You're done. Be done. Your practice here is to release, to let go, to be done, to just be. To allow yourself to just be and allow the energetic flow and pranic engagement that you brought to the fore during the movement portion of the practice to actually integrate into your being here. This is the essence of our healing, our integration. We allow everything to just be, settling into the possibility of stillness here. And allowing the stillness or the possibility of stillness to inform us of the truth of who we are. And I invite you to explore that possibility and that truth in silence for the next couple of minutes. And if perchance you notice that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to bring gratitude to that noticing. And then gently and compassionately return your focus to your breath. On your next inhale, I invite you to begin to reacclimate yourself to your body by wiggling your toes and your fingers, perhaps rotating your wrists and your ankles. Continuing to reacclimate and reawaken on your next inhale, I invite you to bring your heels toward your hips, your knees toward the ceiling, and to extend your right arm alongside your head so that the bicep frames the ear. Take a moment here in this posture to prepare yourself to roll. And when you are prepared, and only when you are prepared, I invite you to gently roll to your right side, allowing your right arm to cradle your head and neck like a pillow. Take a moment here on your right side to prepare to be upright again. And when you are prepared, and only when you are prepared, I invite you to bring your left arm in front of your torso and use your left arm to help leverage yourself back to your seated posture. reacclimating to your seated posture, I invite you once again to find your supports, to root and lengthen, and to, as you inhale, to float your hands to your heart, once again in a way that brings awareness to your heart space, and to allow to arise in your heart space perhaps one additional thing for which you are grateful. And as you witness yourself in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, in closing, I invite you to stay here in grateful witness for as long as you like. And more importantly, when you do rise, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.